State Z Mom. Okay, so first of all, it's not only stupid, but it's stupid.
Yes.
Those are
excellent points.
Yep. And welcome to the Something Random podcast, where sometimes we talk about movies, sometimes we talk about television, but we always talk about something random. I'm your host, Charles Joseph Kelly.
Well, hey there. I'm your co-host, Michael C. Macbeth.
This is your man, Joel.
Your man with a plan. And Joel, what is that plan this week?
Oh, man.
It's a good...
You want me to run through my schedule? Or?
No. That sounds boring as shit. Hi, guys. It's been a couple weeks since we've hung out. How are you?
Good.
I'm painty.
Painty?
I got paint all over my body.
I thought it was like some like weird like cartoon character that you've created. Hi, I'm Painty.
Painty the brush?
No, but that's a cute idea. Mm-hmm. That could work.
Yeah, but how are you guys?
Good. Tired.
How's the show?
It's good. It's never the same twice. That is for sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So what you're going to see next week is nothing like what you saw last week.
I've been Snapchatting, or I did Snapchat when I watched, about your pants.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesse told me.
What happened with your pants?
Oh, they're just big.
Okay.
Oh, your costume in the show.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I mean,
yes.
so for our listeners who haven't seen the show, everybody's in like these like classic theater, not costumes, just like
Shakespearean garb.
Well, I mean, no,
Shakespearean
but at the beginning of the show, you're the only person who's in the Shakespearean garb.
Yes.
Nobody else is. They're
Yep.
just like in their normal like theater
Yeah,
wear.
it's like you're trying on a costume.
Yeah. So everybody sings the song, and then Michael's like, "Whoa," with giant ass green pants.
Well, and you know why. That diva moment wasn't originally meant for me.
Aha, say no more.
So I want to show you, while we're here, your pants.
Oh, thanks for showing me my pants. I didn't know what they
So-
looked like. You just zoomed in on them.
Is there somewhere where listeners can go look at that?
Yeah, I'll post it on. I think I'll post your pants on our Instagram.
Great.
Sounds
That's something
fabulous.
random media.
Oh, dear.
To find Michael's pants.
Great. Or you could go see the show.
Yeah, no, it's really, really great. And you would enjoy it. Everyone
Plug your show.
has enjoyed it.
Plug your show.
Everyone's enjoyed it.
Plug your show.
It's a good show.
What is
I'm in
it?
it. It's
Where
called
is it?
Kiss Me Kate.
Okay.
It's at the Candlelight Dinner Playhouse in Johnstown, Colorado, just
There
around the
we
corner
go.
from Johnson's Corner.
That's a plug.
And
You can't just go, it's my show. Come see. No one will know what you mean.
Well, I'm trying to encourage them to listen to older podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Say no more.
That's what you're doing.
So tune into last week's show, or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, something.
When
What
was
is
it?
time?
Who are
I don't know.
we?
We'll have to go back and listen to find out.
Okay. So speaking of time, may I start off with what we've watched?
Yes.
Sure.
Because they finally started to do new episodes of things on the CW, which I was excited about. And Legends of Tomorrow blasted 3 episodes out that I didn't know about, and so I started watching them. They finally did it. They finally did it.
Oh.
Because you can't have a time travel show without somebody getting stuck in a time loop.
Okay, they did a
So
time
they
loop.
did the Groundhog Day window of our opportunity. What's that Star Trek episode? They referenced that.
Okay.
It was good. It was tastefully done, and they went through all the major steps, and the character who was stuck in the loop had that realization of, oh, I can do things with no consequences, and so they showed a bunch of ridiculous things that she was doing, and then later on she talks to this other character who's helping her out, and it's like, yeah, I did the montage, it didn't help.
That's so dumb. I love
It's
it.
so dumb. And you'll love this. They continually make references to the fact that Ray Palmer's on keto.
Keto.
A different episode, they're like, oh, yeah, where's Ray? He's going to talk about how much he loves butter in his coffee and blah, blah, blah.
That actually is delicious.
I believe it.
Butter?
Butter in your coffee. It sweetens it up just perfectly. It's great.
I don't know. That's 2 things I don't really like.
Almond
so I
milk for
probably-
me does the trick.
Joel, what have you been watching this week?
You know, I've been busy and I haven't watched that much.
Well, what's been going on? Where are you?
Well,
Who are you?
I've been painting a lot, but I did watch the Oscars, which was a decent Oscars this year. I thought Jimmy Kimmel did great. I won't go into as much detail as I usually do about the award shows because when I listen to those, I'm like, okay, you don't have to talk about everything. But anyway, I did enjoy the Oscars. I thought Jimmy was awesome, and they tastefully not political, and when they did get political, it was funny. So I appreciate that. I don't know if you guys heard this. Laurie Metcalf, my favorite actress in the entire universe.
Didn't win.
She was nominated, but she did not win. But I knew she wasn't going to. Everybody knew Allison Janney was going to win.
Oh, totally.
She won the Golden Globe.
Yeah.
She won the Academy Award.
So who's your favorite actress?
Her name's Laurie Metcalf.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Have you heard of her? I may have mentioned her on the show from time. But I stand by this statement. I feel that she has not won yet, and this is her first nomination because she doesn't do enough movies. She's mostly a TV and Broadway actress, so I think if this gets her into more movies, we'll see a little more of her at the award shows, I hope.
But they're all, we can talk about this for a long time, but they are so political. It's not about what movie's the best. It's about what movie spends the most money on the award.
Yeah.
It depends. I was very grateful that Darkest Hour got makeup.
Makeup, and Gary Oldman, I think, won Best Actor.
He did, yes. Yeah, I remember that. But just the fact that the makeup artist was recognized for that incredible challenge, I think was well-deserved.
Speaking of Gary Oldman, I just thought of something else I watched this week, which I'll mention. I watched a movie I've been wanting to watch for a long time. Gary Oldman's in it. It's called...
Fifth Element.
No. The Space Between Us. The Space Between Us. That's the one about the boy that's born on Mars, and he comes.
Was it good?
It was actually really good.
Okay,
I liked it a lot. Gary Oldman's good in it.
Was it? Did you just rent it, or was it on Netflix?
It's free on demand on Xfinity, so you can get it there.
Nice.
But yeah, I really liked it, and
just rent it. Is that what you said?
Just rant.
Just talk about it a lot. Oh my gosh. We could do a segment on the show called Rent and Rant.
No.
Rent and Rant.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's actually a good idea. I just wanted to say no.
I like it.
I love
Improv.
that idea.
Yes,
Rent.
and
No buts.
Oh, wait, I got it.
No buts.
Rent and Rant or Rent and Rave.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, Rent and Rave is fun too.
I dig that.
We do a dance party after we rent a movie.
Or like good reviews. Or do a bunch of E and then, dance after you see a movie.
I gotta be honest, I rarely will rent as in go to or pay for a movie that I think doesn't look good. Why would I do that,
Yeah.
So most of the movies that I see, I enjoy it because I can usually tell what I am or I'm not going to like. What'd you watch this week?
Jessica Jones. I watched all of Jessica Jones this weekend.
I got the first couple episodes.
Of season 2?
Of season 2, yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
I think it's great because it is not your general superhero TV show. So you don't have like giant action scenes and people punching each other.
Okay, so I gotta admit I know nothing about the show. So what can you do to sell it to me?
Jessica Jones, long story short, is about this superhero who has the ability to she's super strength. And she doesn't use it to be a superhero. She uses it to be a private detective, a private eye.
But barely.
Yeah. So she's an alcoholic. Her family died when she was a kid. She lives with she's best friends with a child star, right? So it's a story, and it's just about the characters. And David Tennant in the first season played Kilgrave, which obviously the most obvious villain name on the planet.
Oh my gosh, Kilgrave.
But he had the power.
Is he a professor? Professor Kilgrave?
Professor of Hard Knocks.
Yes.
But no, Kilgrave had the ability to make people do what he said. So he would and he manipulated her into killing people. He manipulated her into being able to, let's talk about the serious stuff. It was a lot about rape about the first season, and it dealt with it. It was all about her PTSD with dealing with David Tennant being a shitty villain, and it was just their kind of connection.
And great character development for Kilgrave, because most of the time when someone has that ability to manipulate people, their undoing is that they just don't plan ahead well enough. But he's such a planner, and he's got all these backups and backups of backups, and it was really unique.
Okay.
So the first season is a little bit more superhero-y.
This is the second season now.
We're now in the second season,
Okay.
and it's dealing. I don't want to spoil things. It's dealing with the aftermath of the end of the first season, and it becomes so less about superheroes and stuff like that. Like, she's using her powers here and there, but it's more about her family and more about characters and more about. It's so good. If you like family dramas, this is a great show to watch.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's so good. I highly recommend it. It is so
that sounds
choice.
more up my alley than the average.
Yeah, it's much better,
Or even
than
above
Daredevil.
average superhero.
I mean, Daredevil was good, still is, I guess, going. I haven't watched Punisher yet, but
Punisher was great too. Punisher dealt with a lot with PTSD and like really delved into like the mindset of a warrior.
yeah. But from what I've seen so far, the rankings would be Jessica Jones first, Daredevil second, and then everything else.
Jessica Jones,
Everything
Luke Cage.
I would say Jessica Jones, Daredevil season 1, and Punisher are neck and neck for 2, and then everything else is just
Yeah,
it's just bad.
Okay.
It's rough.
quite.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also went to see Black Panther.
Oh, nice.
I don't know
good.
if we
How
talked
was
about
it?
this on the last episode.
A little
but
bit.
A little bit. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's oh my gosh.
I mean, isn't it like the highest grossing opening superhero? I don't know.
Something around those lines.
It's really high. That's all I know.
It passed 1 billion.
really
I know
high.
that for sure.
Billion. Wow.
$1 billion. My
$100 billion.
He's doing the Dr. Evil thing.
remember that time when Dr. Evil? Do you guys remember the time in the movie where Dr. Evil says, "I'd like $1 million," and
they're
then
like-
everybody laughs at him, and
they're like,
it's
okay.
funny because he sounds like Lorne Michaels.
Yes.
Yeah. But the other thing that I watched, which holy shit, guys! But Michael, I need your help here.
Oh yeah.
Are you prepared?
Did you warm up?
I've got a remnant of a cough. Hang on.
let's do our
You want me to count you off?
Sure.
No. Let's do some like vocal warm-ups. Do some vocal warm-ups.
That's good. That's good.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Mama June Watch. That was good. That's some good warm-ups.
I'm getting better.
Welcome to Mama June Watch, the show where we talk about Mama June from not to hot.
Oh boy.
So, guys, wait, hold on. I have to do this. I have to change my voice.
Okay.
Welcome to Mama June Watch.
Oh yeah.
Because it's gotten dark and gritty on Mama June. Gentlemen, shit has gone real. It's real.
It's gone real?
It's shit. It's gotten real. It's so real. Fucking real, guys.
Tell us how real it
It's
is.
so real.
How real is it?
So two major things have happened in this show. Two major things. Pumpkin had the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Mama June has gone blind.
Blind?
She's gone blind.
outta here.
I'm not fucking with you.
In real life?
Okay, so I have to get back into the voice. So Mama June has gone blind. Not really, but that's what they were playing at. So Mama June has gotten surgery on her retina because she hasn't been able to see very well. I think it's just like she went into like laser corrective surgery, right? And they made a huge deal about like getting corrective surgery. They're
Okay.
like, she may be blind for the rest of her life. But she's only having surgery on one of her eyes? Yes, only one. So then she's not actually blind. She'd just be
might
blind in one eye.
half blind.
Yes, I guess.
Which would still suck. But
It would suck, but she would still kind of be able to see.
Well, it
You
was
would
some
never
kind
pay
of-
for a 3D movie ever again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you'd still.
You wouldn't.
I mean, that's
want
not how,
to
like-
pay
okay,
to
yeah,
watch
yeah,
a
yeah,
3D.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, keep
There
going.
you go. I was picking up what you were putting down.
Yeah. So both these things happen at the exact same time. So she's going to surgery while Pumpkin is having the kid. So, and Mama June, like immediately after her surgery, like leaves the hospital. She leaves the hospital in order to go see Pumpkin when her doctor says, "Don't do that shit because you might actually go blind."
How's she going to see the child if she can't see?
I know,
Right?
So the reason why I'm doing kind of the deep voice is because the soundtrack of the show has gone from this like twangy rock and roll, like from that to like sounding like it's Inception within a single episode, and it fucked with me. I was like, holy shit, this show is serious now. It's super serious. Welcome to Mama June. So that's Mom June.
You know,
Mama June, do I look like a cop?
Swear to me.
Yeah.
Swear to me, honey boo boo.
you could play Batman or the Beast.
Yeah, Bob.
Yes.
I just want to say, it drives me nuts when people think they can just leave the hospital. What is that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
You're not you can't just do that.
It's a common enough thing in TV that I think anything that's done on TV multiple times, people think is okay for them to do.
Yeah. Stupid.
So yeah, Mama June's not going to be back for a bit.
Aw.
Because they have like a TV break or some shit. So
We'll have to have some other segment. now.
yeah, we have to force Michael to watch some shit now.
Rosanna's coming up, which I'm very excited about.
Should we do Roseanne watch? Like in the midst of Honey Boo or like
No, I
Mama
don't
June
know
watch?
if we'll do a Roseanne watch, but I'm probably going to be talking about it every week, so
Yeah.
maybe.
But we have to. So we started with Joel, and then we went to me. Now we have to have Michael watch something now. What can we make Michael watch that he won't enjoy? That he'll
Is
have
the
to talk to.
whole point that you don't enjoy
Well,
it?
yeah, but
Because
I
you
really
liked
enjoy
Moms.
Dance Moms.
Okay,
so.
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I really
No one
don't
was
like
forcing
that
me to
show.
watch it. I just happened to talk
So
about
maybe
it
it's
every
like
week, and
maybe
it
it's
turned
like
into a bit.
maybe we choose like a middle ground where you're just like, I don't care.
Let's choose like an animated show that I wouldn't normally watch, or does it have to be reality?
Actually,
TV?
isn't there maybe we could the Floribama Shore is going to start or something. Maybe you could have me watch the
What now?
It's like Jersey Shore, but in Florida.
Oh my,
Florida.
that sounds
Floribama.
Floribama.
I don't know. I don't know if I would subject you to that or our listeners. So.
Oh yeah, that's that would be kind of rough.
Might be over the line.
Perhaps not.
So Joel,
Yes, sir.
you've got a question for us.
I wanted to ask you guys, after watching the Oscars, at least after I watched the Oscars, do you think that the award shows that are being shown these days or ever are overrated? And do you think that they could improve? And if so, how?
I don't care about award shows for the most part. I think it's great, cool. Movies got nominated and shit, but I think in the end, saying a movie is the best movie is not something that
Incredibly
you can,
subjective.
Yeah, it's so subjective, and you can't like actually say, "Oh yes, Shape of Water is in fact the best." It's a fucking great movie, but it's not necessarily the best movie. How can you say it's the best?
Well, I mean, was it Jerry Seinfeld who actually made that speech? He got an award, and he made this speech. I'm like, this is so dumb,
Can you do it? Can you do it as Jerry Seinfeld?
What's the deal with award shows?
Thank you, thank you. That was
What
pretty good.
is the deal? Also, my Jerry Seinfeld is actually just Gilbert Godfrey doing an impression of Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep.
What is the deal with award shows? Anyway,
What's the deal with award shows?
but I mean, I think every award show is overrated in the sense that everyone's getting dressed up and, you know, it's this big deal where you can only wear the dress once and, you know, like all those things. And it's as Jim Carrey has been saying, it's kind of meaningless. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, you say it's an honor to be nominated. Sure, of course it is, because people that watch a lot of movies and are decent judges of movies are saying that you're really good at what you do. And then they vote and pick you if you're the best or pick someone else that's better than you. And I don't know. I mean, to be one of 5 people in a category it would be a great thing.
Have you
Is it
guys
that big of a deal?
Have you guys seen the video of Trey Parker and Matt Stone who do South Park, where they put it on like long flowing dresses and tripped acid before they went to the Oscars.
Oh my gosh.
So when anybody was asking them about their dress, they just like, it's just a beautiful night. I love being here. Thank you so much for having me. And they just wouldn't explain why they're wearing the dresses.
Oh,
It's
that's
great.
wonderful.
Those are the moments that I live for.
Absolutely. And, there are good moments. And I liked, for instance, this particular one, how one of the trailers for the Oscars was like, let's get the right envelope, please. Ha,
Yeah.
ha, ha.
I know. It's like, how big of a deal can it be when you announce the biggest award of the night wrong?
Yeah.
Which is what they did
Yep.
last year. It's like, how big of a deal? Of course, it was Warren Beatty, who can hardly see, but
But they gave her another shot. So
they gave him another. That was funny. Did you hear that? Warren
No.
Beatty and Faye Dunaway actually presented Best Picture again.
Do they have
this
somebody
year.
like verify on stage
Probably,
and
I
make it
don't
a
know.
bit? Because that would be funny.
they did make a bit of it at that point, but I'm sure there was something backstage happening.
I think he said like, "We're back" or something like that. I don't know. What could they do to make you guys more interested in watching them?
Those sorts of self-aware moments, I think, more of those.
Not be afraid to make fun of themselves and
Absolutely. Yeah, because this particular year, too, I feel like a lot of people, especially Best Actress, gosh, I'm so bad with all these names.
This year,
Yeah.
Fargo, what's her name? Frances
Frances
McDormand.
McDormand.
Yeah.
Yes, the acceptance speech she made was very soapboxy, but it was good.
Yeah, she did a good job, and she did that at the Golden Globes too, and because she won at that too. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the Golden Globes. Not a carbon copy, but it's pretty much the same things are nominated and
Right.
win.
But
It's like, do we really need two different things?
Right. Just saying what needs to be said.
Especially these past 2 years, or even just this past year, it's been a big deal for women, especially.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, it was African Americans. This year, it's women. Maybe next year it'll be
Whites.
Yeah, yeah, right.
They need their time to shine in the spotlight.
Circle back.
Yep.
Straight white men. But anyway, so okay. Anything that could happen to make you more interested?
I would love to see more of a celebration of the art, right? Showing the people who create stuff, doing some more behind the scenes stuff instead of having just the one person involved and being like, oh, it's the best actor. Well, I mean, it was a whole project. Making it about the whole team would be very beneficial.
Yeah. They do show a lot more stuff on TV now than they used to. They show sets and costumes and
I mean, like that's kind of what I want. Is I like to see how painful it is to create art, and yeah.
So do I. I will say that this year they did something. I mean, they do it a little bit every year, but this year especially was particularly great, where they do these little not montages. Well, I guess it maybe is a montage where they just show before each category, like for Best Actor, they show all the guys who have been nominated in the past for Best Actor. Not all of them, but a bunch of them.
Oh, in that montage,
In the montages, yeah, I guess that is the right word. And they were really cool this year. They did really long ones, which is nice because I love watching those.
Yeah.
And they didn't cut people off on speeches.
That's cool.
Which is nice this year.
But everyone was very concise for the most part.
And I think
that helps too.
it does. It's like, and I've said this before on the show, don't cut. I mean, why are you cutting them off? This is why we're watching the show.
We're watching for them, not for your commercial breaks.
It's not for, and it's not even necessarily commercials, which is something they have to do, but it's like they have these bits and they do these things, and it's like, just present and just give the awards. That's what it is. It's called the awards show.
However, I think so much about award shows, there's just a huge part of that that's all about marketing. Whether it's the commercials between, or it's just the fact that they can say, hey, winner of this many Academy Awards, buy this movie. You know?
See it in the theater when we bring it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing Jimmy Kimmel did, I don't know if you heard about this, but he, at the beginning of the night, he brought out a jet ski and he said, whoever has the shortest speech time wins this jet ski. It's not a joke.
And
they will take this jet ski
That's
home.
what it was, because I kept hearing references to the jet ski. I came in a little late in the game.
Okay.
I think they were just getting to supporting actors.
Okay.
When I started watching, and And then at the end, they brought out a jet ski. I'm like, what the hell?
And it was funny because they kept going back to it, and I think it was the costume designer wanted or something. It was somebody that I didn't know.
Okay,
but
that'd be great just to come out on stage and be like, I want to thank my jet ski.
Yeah.
And then just walk off.
Jordan Peele had a great speech too.
He's incredible.
He won for Get Out.
Mm-hmm. As he should have for writing. Mm-hmm. Shape of Water deserved to win that movie, or deserved to win that award. It was a fantastic film. I'm happy with who won this year. I'm not there wasn't anything. I'm mad at people who are like, oh, Shape of Water, I didn't get it. Why would you want to fuck a fish? Yeah. That's not. I mean, that's the joke that people make, but that's not what the movie's about at all.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I mean, who doesn't want to fuck fish? Let's just be real here. I guess, is it just me?
Yeah, I don't want to.
I think so. I mean, there are Lonely Island references, so Andy Samberg might.
Okay, at least there's just two of us.
Yeah.
Okay. And I bet Guillermo del Toro. With making the whole movie about it.
You've got a really small club, but there are people out there.
Three white dudes. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and Coco. Best animated.
Okay.
Oh, the kid from Coco wants to fuck a fish too. So.
No, I was saying no. Coco.
Michael's
won.
Yes.
Terrible
segue. No. I was saying Coco won Best Animated Short and Best Original Song. I think.
Oh, yes, they did win Best Original Song, which surprised me because Greatest Showman.
I know. Greatest Showman only had one nomination, and it was for Best Original Song.
That's so weird.
But bizarre. They did do a command performance, and it was amazing.
They did do an awesome performance. I was just kind of surprised that it didn't get nominated for more things. I thought it was such a cool movie, but...
It's very stylized, and people are polar about their feelings on that movie.
And musicals in general, too, I think.
Yeah.
They're looked at as different. I find it interesting, always find it interesting that there's a category for musicals/comedy. Why not musicals and why not comedy? Because obviously there's not enough musicals, but why not?
The same thing happened with Get Out, where it was nominated for a fucking comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was
it's just, really? There's some weird things. And of course, I think it's because they don't make... Well, I don't know. Whatever.
I think it's hard to find good horror.
They don't make enough of certain films. Yeah.
For sure.
Anyway. Hey, I wanted to tell you guys, this show is brought to you by... This is a public service announcement.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Ready? I'm ready for it.
This week's show is brought to you by your blinker. Don't be afraid to use your blinker. In fact, make sure that you do use it. And just because you're using your blinker doesn't necessarily mean it's okay to get over. Know that too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I just got back from Florida.
Yes.
And I drove around a lot in a rental car because we went to... Where all did we go? We went to Key West. We went to Orlando. We drove around quite a bit.
Okay.
Fort Lauderdale is where we flew in and out of. And I was like, are blinkers illegal in Florida? Everyone just changes lanes whenever they feel like it, and they don't let you know. And it was strange because I actually felt like I could trust them a little more because Florida drivers are maniacs, but they are very intentional. Their choices are stupid, but they make sense and they're decisive. Whereas Colorado drivers, I feel like, don't know what it is they're doing. And it's like, la, la, la. Oh, am I affecting people around me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just, I thought of doing this a long time ago, to this particular sponsor. But today especially, I was like, I'm glad I'm doing this today because I just drove up from Denver and was stuck in traffic, and we started recording late because of me being stuck in traffic. And the things people do, I'm like, yes, your blinker's on, but you can't just get over. You do have to wait. And it may be the person that's in the lane you want to get into's responsibility to let you in, but that doesn't mean they're obligated to let you in. So if you're trying to get over, slow down and then get over. You know? Yeah.
So
this is as political as I'm going to get on the show, by the way.
So I'll take the sponsor in a different direction because I think that it's very important to talk about specifically when we're getting close to April Fool's Day. And there's a lot of people who do stupid fucking pranks. Dumb pranks. It's just like pranks that can hurt people, right? Like buckets of water falling on people's head. That can give somebody a concussion. Stop that shit. What you do is go online, go to Google, which is www.google.com.
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
https://www.google.com.
Now, W.
Yes.
Got it.
W.
There's
Okay.
3 W's. Okay. And you go to google.com and you search blinker fluid coupon.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And what you do is you tell your family, hey, today only, you can go and get your breaker fluid for free at AutoZone. And tell people that. Just give them that coupon and make them go to AutoZone to get you fucking blinker fluid. Because it doesn't exist.
I know. I'm hoping
Oh, that's the joke.
if blinker fluid is still a joke that works, I don't know if I should be happy or sad, but I feel like I should be sad that people are that silly.
Well, younger people.
Yeah.
that
I know a
don't
lot
how
of
cars work. And
very gullible people.
And it's still one of my favorite stories to date that a friend of ours literally saw the word gullible written on a ceiling. And it was the best prank within a prank because she saw it, but when she told everyone else about it, they're like, really? How old
Nobody
are you?
would look
And
at it.
nobody would look up.
That's so funny. Have we talked about some of the because we're getting close to April Fool's Day. Have we talked about like the best prank that we've pulled on somebody before?
I'm not sure
I
if we
think
have.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna
might
talk
have to-
really quick. We're a little ahead of schedule on the podcast. So this story, we can't use her name. It rhymes with Bethany Bickles, and this person.
Bethany.
It wasn't even an April Fool's Day prank.
It wasn't an April Fool's Day prank.
It didn't even start out as a prank. It
No.
was just you, me, and another friend of ours goofing off and making jokes, improving, like
What
bouncing
happened?
off each other.
We're at the Rialto Theater, right? And we're just talking, and then somehow just a joke came up where we're like, oh, and you know the pool that's underneath the stage.
Oh, yes, I have heard this.
Of the Rialto, right? And she's like, there's a pool underneath the Rialto stage. And we look at her and go, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We did that slow look at each other, like sideways glance. Yeah.
So it's in one of those moments where, like in improv, you say yes and to see how far you can go with this joke.
Yes, and
So we said that there's a key to open it up, right? And you have to get that from the stage manager.
Theater manager,
The theater manager.
who at the
At the
time,
front desk.
you remember,
yeah.
and he was so confused. She actually asked him.
It's this tiny, young, impressionable, gullible girl who's asking this gruff, old theater manager, hey, can I have the key to the pool underneath the stage? And him going, the fuck? The fuck you say?
It was brilliant, and I felt bad for about 5 minutes, but then it was just amazing.
So that's good. I think we should tell fun pranks
I have
the next
one.
couple weeks.
I have one. It's kind of short, so I'll tell it real quick. This was during. I'm not going to say who it is because I think this person listens to the show. But
So we're sorry.
no, but he would actually probably appreciate that I'm telling this because he, well, maybe not. But anyway, during a production of Joseph, there was big confetti cannons. You were in the show.
Oh yeah,
This
that
was
one.
at Union Colony.
That Joseph. Okay,
There were big confetti cannons. I think it was the Mega Mix at the end, right?
makes sense.
And so and this is dinner theater, so everyone's cleaning up their tables and bussing and everything at the end of the show, just the actors. And another actor in the show was supposed to be cleaning up the confetti that night. I guess it like switched off or something, and so he was going to get out a broom, and then he went, I'm actually going to play a trick on this person. And he went to this person and said, so will you help me with the confetti? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I remember who
He
you're
goes,
talking
will
about
you
now,
help?
too.
Will you help me with the confetti tonight? And they were like, "What? What do you mean with the confetti?" Well, we have to clean up the confetti. And he goes, "Oh yeah, okay." So they go out onto the stage, and he goes, "Go ahead and get started. I have to go finish bussing my tables. I'll come help you in a second." So he sits this person down and told him that, so we don't just sweep up the confetti, we have to reuse it. So he's picking up, he's like, and we have to separate it by color. So this person is sitting on stage separating the blue, pink, and orange confetti.
Yes.
And has 3 or 4 little stacks of different colors. And everybody's walking by, and everybody that comes in and out of the theater has been told what's going on.
Oh, that's so
and we'll
fucking
walk back
good.
into the theater going and look at him and kind of giggle. And he goes, I can't believe we have to do this. I can't believe this is something we have to do. And why is nobody helping me? And at the end of the night, it turned out everybody had kind of gone back into the theater and everyone was just watching him do it and just kind of smiling and folding their arms. And after he'd been doing this for, I don't know, maybe half an hour.
Oh, man. No.
Maybe not quite that long, but
that's
and then
that's
it's
hilarious,
like everyone's
but...
staring and he's like, why is everyone staring? Why is no one helping me? And they're like, because we don't have to do that. What are you doing? So it was semi-cruel, but he got to sit while he was doing it and he didn't have anything else to do, so it was kind of funny.
And he needed things to do during that show.
So you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Love the guy. He's like a brother.
Indeed.
Anyway.
I think next week, let's make sure that we all have one April Fool's joke or one prank that we can talk about on the show.
Sounds like a plan.
Great.
Cool.
Cool beans.
All right, you guys. So
do you have 6 degrees?
I do have 6 degrees.
Michael, do you have a 6 degrees?
I do. I really do.
Have
a 6 degrees.
Thank you.
And given a recent hit single that just came out this last week, that's what inspired this one. I don't have any extra challenges for you guys today.
Okay.
But I think this is challenging enough, I hope.
Okay.
We will find out. What I would like you to do is connect Mr. Alfred Yankovic, Weird Al is his AKA, with Mr. Andy Samberg, 2 of my favorite comedy music artists.
Okay. Al Yankovic.
So I'm going to go over the rules real quick here, folks. Just really simple. It's just like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing. You just have to connect 2 actors with 6 steps or less, and you have to know the name of the actor, know the name of the movie, and avoid large ensemble cast type things like SNL if you use TV.
Okay.
All right.
I have a question.
All right.
Can we use music videos?
No.
Oh, shit.
No music videos. That's not a feature or a TV spot. So I feel that we shouldn't count that. Do you?
Music videos. Well, my biggest problem is Weird Al is going to be very difficult to find something that he had his movies, and that's probably where you went with this.
So 5 minutes on the clock.
Okay. And we'll be back after this. Someone's going to talk, probably Charles. I don't know.
I have no idea.
People are saying things.
I'm just thinking.
Okay, all right. So he's in UHF, but I don't know who.
Hey friends, this is your humble host Charles, just checking in to see how things are going. Hey, I am in the midst of a jelly bean binge and I can't seem to stop myself from eating them. So I've got 2 bags of the suckers in my car. Can you take them home so I don't have access to them? So we are releasing the next of our new podcasts this next week. It's called Talk and Roll, and it's a D&D podcast where I DM the fantastic characters that Sydney, Maya, and Rick have created. It's absolutely hilarious, and as of now, I don't have a commercial for it, but the first 2 episodes air this Saturday, March 17th. If you're a big fan of Dungeons & Dragons or you like to laugh, you should definitely check it out. I have a link to the page for the podcast in the description of this episode. And I know that I say this every week, but thank you so much for checking out the show. Our numbers keep growing, which means so does our family. We are working on ways to communicate with you better, and I can't wait to chat with you soon. Until then, send us any questions you'd like us to answer on the show to podcast@something.random.media.com. As always, thanks again for checking out the show. Have a great week, and I love you.
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
I've got it if we could use a future movie.
I got it.
Future movie.
Okay, here we go. What was the movie he was in with Leslie Nielsen again?
He was in Spy Hard.
So Al Yankovic is in Spy Hard with Leslie Nielsen, who's in Airplane with Julie Haggerty,
Okay.
who's in Just Friends with Amy Smart,
Okay.
who's in Rat Race with John Lovitz, who's in The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler, who's in That's My Boy with Andy Samberg.
Pew, 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 pew.
Was that 6 exactly?
Yeah.
6.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew,
Did you have one?
Well, I have one if we could use Deadpool 2, which comes out in like a couple weeks.
Couple weeks. Meh. Yeah, that's close.
Yeah,
call.
if it's a movie that we know that exists and we know that
And the
people
trailers
are
are
It
out.
would,
and
it would just
stuff,
be Ryan Reynolds is in Deadpool 2 with Terry Crews, who is in Brooklyn Nine-Nine with
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That was neither of those were close to how I got there.
I even have a closer one, but go ahead.
Okay. Mine was in actually 4 steps, but turns out and this was the only one that I knew the face but not the name.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Youngblood was in Gallivant with Weird Al, which
Yeah.
you may know him as Magnitude
Pop,
in
pop,
Community. And so then I just went to Chevy Chase. There's an animated film that came out the year we graduated, Dougal.
Yep.
Yep, with Bill Hader
Dougal?
to Andy Samberg in any number of things.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I chose Hot Rod, but
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I needed help with that. Al Yankovic. The only thing I know of that he's in is UHF, which I don't know anybody that's in it, and because I just know that it exists.
Right.
And the Liberian Girl video, Michael Jackson, which has a bunch of celebrities in it. That's why I asked if we could use music videos.
He's made a couple of cameos on The Simpsons, or at least one
has
cameo
he?
on The Simpsons.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, that would kind of count as a large ensemble show, though, wouldn't it?
I don't think so. We've counted those kind of animated.
Well, yeah, but the
Guest
Simpsons
appearances before.
Have we? Oh, okay.
I mean, I've done it with Family Guy for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Cool,
Nicely
man.
done, gents.
So, fun fact, talking about Spy Hard, Ray Charles is also in Spy Hard, as well as Andy Griffith. That is a fucking cast. Mr. T.
I got a
Jesus.
woman. Way over town.
Cool.
Oh, by the way, I had a dream. I want to tell you this real quick. I had
A dream about you.
No.
baby.
I'm not. No, I'm not channeling Martin Luther King. But I had a dream that there was an Andy Griffith Show musical.
Ooh.
And since Andy Griffith's dead, we couldn't get him. And
That's a pretty big disqualifier.
but we had Ron Howard to produce it.
Oh, no.
And God dang it, who did we get? I can't remember.
Jerry Seinfeld as Andy Griffith.
Oh, I can't remember. It's not even worth telling you anymore. But Andy Griffith Show the musical.
That's a cool story.
Keep it in mind, folks. You might see it in the news.
I
in the
wouldn't be
headlines.
surprised. Yep. So, Weird Al was on my mind a lot this week because his Hamilton polka just came out. Speaking of musicals,
It's
freaking amazing.
it's great. I loved it. I probably can't listen to it consistently because it's just it's Weird Al polka. It's like it's a one and done kind of a thing.
It really is. And I mean, like, he did clearly put a lot of work into it, into combining the songs. And I especially love, you know how in Pitch Perfect they play that game where they have to pick up on the same word, a different song, and continue, like in tempo. I like that he did that 2 or 3 times. He's like, I'm willing to work, Angelica. And, those kind of things where it just like bleeds right into it.
Right.
Also, I had the same laugh out loud moment as Lin-Manuel when he put a farting sound effect after Peggy.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good. But everything else, I mean, good. It is the same Weird Al polka formula that all of his other polkas follow, which is fine. I love it. It's a preference thing. It's not for everybody.
It's
but
really not.
No, that's fine.
I'm just surprised that that's become something that's been successful for him because I feel like it is a kind of a one and done. Like, oh, we did a couple songs. Now he's going to go back to doing parodies.
I think it's a lot like, if you think about it, like the Hamilton mixtape was kind of like a love child of Lin. I think this is more for Lin than anybody else. Like, he just like, oh my God, Weird Al, somebody that I grew up with, is playing my musical. Duh. So I don't think it was for anybody else except for Lin.
It's also the huge success of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Anybody would listen to any formula for those songs, I think.
But he's so good with his lyrics and his diction. I always appreciate that about Weird Al, is that he can rap with the speedsters, if you will.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next thing, gentlemen.
Indeed.
All right. This is going to be fun. Today we have Roseanne trivia. Woo! We're going to be talking a little bit here about the television show Roseanne, and this is more so for Joel here. I don't think
a challenge for me.
Yeah, I don't think.
So I'm the one usually bringing trivia to the table, but this time the tables are turned.
Right, and some of these are easy. Some of these are definitely much more difficult.
I'm so ready.
And I think Michael can answer a few of these, and that's why I have them.
I very much doubt it, but I'll try.
All right, so there's 6 questions.
Okay.
Your goal is to hit 4 of 6.
Okay.
Okay, and that's how you win.
Now, how's it going to work? Are you going to ask
Both of you together.
both of us together?
It's you two as a team.
Okay.
Because obviously Michael would probably get.
Do you watch Roseanne?
No.
You don't? Okay. No.
Oh yeah, I shook my head.
Yeah.
for those of
Okay.
you
So
listening.
we have to explain. No. We're not gonna- that was
really need sound effects.
yeah. So question number 1.
I'm ready.
The exterior shots of Roseanne are not in Illinois. Where were the shots actually filmed?
Damn it, I know this.
I'm glad you do.
I'm not going to remember, though. I feel like it's... I feel like it's Ohio or something, but I can't remember. I think it's
Evansville, Indiana.
Indiana. I knew it started with a vowel.
Yep.
I knew it started with a vowel.
All right.
Ruled out Colorado and Wyoming.
Oof. That's number 1. That's
God,
not
I'm
good.
0 for 1
You're
already.
0 for 1 already.
Jeepers
All right.
creepers. All right.
So this one, I should be able to get this one. This well-known writer-director started out as a staff writer on Roseanne. He is now directing larger-than-life movies. Who is this writer-director?
Oh, Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon.
I didn't know that he got started on Roseanne.
So you're at 1 of 2. Cool. 50%. That's fucking failing, dude.
Hey.
We haven't gotten all the questions
That's
yet.
true. All right. Number 3. Roseanne Barr got a spin-off Saturday morning cartoon series due to the success of the show. What was the title of that cartoon?
Oh, God, it was about monsters.
On which station?
Oh, no, I'm thinking... You're the cartoon?
Cartoon.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else. She had a children's show later, after the show. Cartoon. Oh, shit.
It's also based off of her life.
Is it called Life and Stuff?
No.
I don't know.
It's called Little Rosie.
Oh, Rosie. I should have just
It
guessed.
aired for 1 season and then was immediately canceled because of her terrible singing of the national anthem.
Oh, okay.
Way back when.
God, I didn't. Darn it. I am not doing well.
Can't miss any more now.
All right. So shit, dude. Am I stumping the
is
quiz
fucked.
master?
Yeah, no.
All right. Number 4. What was the original planned title for Roseanne?
Life and Stuff.
Life and Stuff. Yep. I was like, oh, you said that. Maybe. All right. This next question, Michael knows one of these actresses. He doesn't know the other one.
Okay.
Which 2 actresses portrayed Becky?
From Scrubs.
Oh, Sarah Chalk?
Sarah Chalk and Lisa Goranson.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
And number 6.
I helped.
Now, if I miss this, I lose.
If you miss this one, you lose.
Shit.
This
Okay.
is
You
it.
got this, Joel.
You've got 3 of 5 here. You just need to get this one to win.
We'll see.
What does DJ stand for?
David Jacob.
Or
it's,
disc
it's
jockey.
David Jacob. If you have anything else, it's wrong.
Are you sure?
I'm
Because
positive.
everything online says David Joseph.
Nope, it's David Jacob.
Are we sure?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm positive.
All right, hold on.
I think that's wishful thinking because of your middle name.
No, it's David. It's not David Joseph. It's David Jacob.
All right, hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right. It's David Jacob.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I burned down the internet with that one.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That was 2 different websites that say David Joseph.
They are wrong. You should submit corrections.
If you found it on the internet, it's got to be true, though.
Well, I don't know. This is just information. I will relook things up.
I have a question for you. Do you guys know which one? This is just off the top of my head. Do you guys know which one of my favorite, maybe our favorite comedians, was a writer on Roseanne before he did much else? I think he's like one of the funniest people in the world.
Well, the main writer. Kevin Nealon? No,
not Kevin.
Norm
close.
Macdonald.
Yeah.
It was Norm Macdonald.
He wrote on Roseanne for years. Oh my god.
But the showrunner of Big Bang Theory was a staff writer, and then the lead of Big Bang Theory was on the show. Fun fact.
Johnny Galecki. I'm anxious to see if he's going to show up in the reboot, revamp, whatever you want to call it, because supposedly the Darlene and his character David are divorced.
Interesting.
But he may show up. I'm assuming he would like have one walk-on role or something because he's busy with Big Bang Theory.
Well, and the same thing's kind of happening with Sarah Chalk, from what I understand. Is
she's playing, I guess,
a different character.
She's playing a different character. She's playing, I think, Becky, played by the original Becky, Lisa Goranson. She's carrying Becky's child or something. Like she hired her to be a surrogate mother.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Right. Do you know what'd be really funny? Is if they played those 2 different roles and then like just randomly they would switch just like
back and forth.
Just like in the frame they would switch to the other one. That'd be so good.
In season 7, because of contractual stuff, they went every other. It was like every other couple episodes they would switch. But she was also under contract, Sarah Chalk was, so she had to do a couple spots as a different character. So I don't know. I feel like they should come to terms and figure that shit out.
So you won that just barely there, bud.
It snuck by.
Well, and good on you for knowing better than the internet.
I had to challenge your Google.
And it's probably me being dumb. Let's be real.
In my private school, I actually got $5, I think, at one point for actually correcting the answer key of one of our math books.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, nope. I promise you that my answer was correct.
You got $5 from who?
The principal.
Really? Yeah, that's awesome.
He was like, wow, good for you.
And I don't update things on Wikipedia, but I find things that I am just like positive or wrong, but I just let it go. I'm like, what am I going to do?
That's a good story.
I can't think of an example.
Just start picketing.
Thank you.
About those little facts.
It's free. Like, what am I supposed to do?
So what you should do is just like hold signs up.
Just like in my house.
No. Here's the idea. Go to Planned Parenthood while people are protesting everything else, right? And so they'll see like,
you got all this back and forth going
abortion
on there.
is murder. It's actually David Jacob. It's the actual name of DJ on Roseanne.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
That would be so fun. Well,
that's a Family Guy
closed
style
captioning
joke right
was
there.
wrong when it said this person's name.
Oh, closed captioning is so often wrong. I hate that.
Especially on Netflix lately.
Yeah.
And Honey Boo Boo has been, or the Mama June. It's been rough trying to guess what they say, and the closed captioning. They're trying to guess what they're saying too. It's great.
God.
So, Michael,
yeah,
you have something for us.
I do indeed. I have a new how it definitely should not have ended, and you've got a couple of different options with this one as well, because it is. Who are you gonna call?
Michael, your phone number is
No.
555
1-800-MICHAEL.
1-800-MICHAEL.
You gotta spell it right. It's Mike Al.
Mike Al. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, Ghostbusters is who you are going to call.
Ghostbusters.
Is that like a thing that they say in the movies for the characters?
Yeah.
What is it?
For the Ghostbusters?
Who you're going to call is a line in the song.
Really?
And also there's a line that says, "Busted makes me feel good."
I mean, that's
no
just
one's
like,
going to argue that.
Yeah, no one's going to argue about busting making you feel good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, not many people are going to argue about their slime fetish after watching that movie too. No, that's just me.
Again, just you.
Oh fuck.
I think that goes hand in hand with the fish thing, though. You know, because fish are generally pretty slimy.
It's
The girls from Bitchcraft might have a slime fetish because they make slime and sell it.
Oh really?
Yeah, did you know that?
No.
Shout out to our Bitchcraft friends. But,
it almost sounded like you were going to say bitch frat.
Bitchcraft.
That would be a great name for their audience. The bitch frat.
Yeah.
So getting back to how it
Hold on real quick. I'm going to make the worst noise on the planet. Sorry.
Snot fetish.
That was disgusting. I'm so sorry.
It was. You should be. I had a table on Saturday. I was like, I'm so sorry about the wait. Well, you should be. Cool.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
So anyways, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
So
Joel, how do you think
Who are you going
it should
to call?
not have ended? Either the male or the female cast, you know? It's up to you.
Well, I have a thing for the male cast. I think that when Gozer the Gozerian asks, "Are you a god?" they say yes. And then she goes away.
Oh, okay.
And, but, you know, they're still like dogs in the statues and stuff, or not dogs, but, you know, the gargoyle things. So they have to just like fight them out of there and figure it out themselves.
So it's kind of like Shaun of the Dead, where at the end, Nick Frost is still a zombie. He's just like chained up in in the backyard.
I think, well, that was my fake answer. But if we get to the point where there's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I think that you get to the point where you have to cross the streams, right?
Oh, hold on now. You said crossing the streams was bad.
I looked at the trap, Ray. I think that, wow, that's my Harold Ramis impression. I don't do that one very often.
it sounded a little bit like Tom Hanks.
Well, everybody.
Tom Hanks would have made a good BoastGuster.
No, we're gonna go on the BoastGuster, BoatGuster.
The Gut Buster.
Yes,
That light just came on. What is that?
it's the phone. So somebody's
okay.
calling into the station.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Housekeeping.
Sound obnoxious.
you to play a song for me, you little boy.
So if we get to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I think that, you know, that's the destructor of the city, quote unquote destructor of the city. I think, I mean, you know how easily marshmallows melt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big marshmallow. Granted, it's a gigantic marshmallow, but sets it on fire.
Yeah.
And
Marshmallows burn very easily.
yeah,
And then just everyone gets sticks and
Let's not, like risk.
sticks
and
graham crackers.
chocolate and graham crackers.
Let's talk about this. Because it's a giant marshmallow person, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much actual energy does he have? First off, does he have like marshmallow bones so that he can like
I don't
hit
know if
things?
we want to pull threads on this, man.
I'm going to pull all the fucking threads on this movie because if he doesn't have like a bony structure, how is he moving?
Spirits. It's, I mean, and ghosts are
Spiritual energy.
gaseous, right? And so there could just be
We need Carl
Spectral-
Pfeiffer on this show to talk to us
spectral
about.
gas could just be inside the marshmallow
Also,
porous part.
you got to ask Ray that because
Yeah.
it was in Ray's mind.
That's very true.
He's the only one that knows the answer to
But
that.
how much actual damage could a marshmallow do to a concrete building?
That is very true too. You know, you'd like punch and just.
Yeah, he just.
Didn't get that far.
It would be like Deadpool when he's trying to punch Colossus.
Yeah, exactly. Just like it just breaks his hand. Or maybe like what happens is he punches through a window, right, and cuts off some of the marshmallow, and that turns into little marshmallow people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like
Audrey
the
too.
horde. The horde
Yes.
thing is good.
I actually like this idea. I kind of want to run with this for a bit if you guys are down with that.
Sure.
And little marshmallow people running around and destructing the city. I think if a giant marshmallow man that big were to slap a building, it would do some damage, but it would take a long time for it to destroy an entire city.
Right. I mean, like, and when they're talking about potentially tearing a rift in the fabric of space with their laser guns, right? They're like, that's a good possibility. Or, just catching the marshmallow on fire.
Like, why didn't they just shoot him with their lasers and be done with it? Well, I mean,
Because story.
Because story. Right, it's a movie.
Yeah.
That would never happen. But yeah, the Marshmallow Man destroying an entire city would take a long time. It's kind of like, I think about my brother beating me when we were little with a piece of insulation. I'm like, it's kind of annoying, but you're not going to take me down with it.
Well, but, you could go next level, and I have been in some very vicious pillow fights.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
could take people
end
down.
up doing internal damage, I think.
Question.
Yes.
Because we're kind of getting a little off topic here, and I'm going to get even more off topic. What would be the thing that you summon
Oh, if I were
in
to
your
think,
brain? Yeah, the one thing that's on your brain right now, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. It would be a giant Weird Al Yankovic right now.
With a giant accordion? That's scary as shit.
It is scary.
Oh my God.
Let's polka!
And especially like with his like dance where he kicks his legs out and shit with the thing. He would knock over buildings.
Oh yeah, that would be intense.
I can't help but think of things that are food mascots like M&Ms and stuff. I can't help but think of things like that. Maybe a giant toucan Sam or something.
Once again, very fucking creepy. Like a giant bird. We're creating our own like Godzilla monster universe
Captain Crunch,
now.
yeah.
And
Would it be a corgi for you?
No, I don't have corgi. Now I have corgi on the brain. So now, yes, it would be a corgi.
But before I said that, what was yours?
Well, yesterday was Mario Day. So it would be a giant Mario.
I couldn't help it. It was the first thing that came to mind. Let's go.
Would it be like the 8-bit Mario though?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that would be
Then it would be
scarier.
like that movie Pixels and
Oh yeah, they did.
Then
that.
Adam Sandler has to show up.
No, I think the N64
I don't know what
version.
you do with all these crazy video game guys.
Well, I mean, if it were the Odyssey version, then he'd be throwing a giant possessing hat at everything.
Oh shit!
And it would take over buildings.
Fuck.
And
No. Here's what happens. Right, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man appears. Right, but somebody else thinks of Mario. Right, and Mario is actually still Mario. He's still like, hey, guy, it's me, Mario, because he's so big. And I don't know why people move so slowly. I mean, like, physics-wise, you can't move as fast, and that's why Pacific Rim, they all, like, punch really slowly in Pacific Rim. But that's besides the point. Actually, it's not. But, like, Mario would throw his giant cappy, capture, and possess the possessed Marshmallow Man, which is, like, 2 levels of possession there, I think.
yeah.
But the Marshmallow Man would grow a big marshmallow mustache. And then we saved the day because of Giant Mario. Thank you, Giant Mario, for saving the day.
There you go. I love it.
oh my god.
All right. Well, that. Thank you, Giant Stay Puffed Mario.
We salute you.
Do you not have an ending, like an actual ending for Ghostbusters?
I have. Okay.
I think the horde of tiny
Was that
marshmallow
it?
men. Was,
I think that's kind of. Yeah, I don't have one that I think up before I do this.
That just put a twist on the actual ending.
Yeah. So let's talk about like how these movies kind of go. If we want to be kind of more real about it, I would leave Zool, right, and the other one. What was the other one's name?
Gozer?
Well, there was Zool. Was it Zool and Gozer? Is that no?
Yeah.
There was
I am
two
Vin,
dogs.
Vins.
Vins. Yeah. So you have Vins and Zool.
Vince Clortho, keymaster of Gozer.
are you the gatekeeper?
Are you the gatekeeper?
So they're still stuck in the bodies of those two, and so now they have to fight off those two acting like scary dog people, but they're still humans. That's not as good as scary marshmallow people. The marshmallow people, because they can like possess people, they can go into people and then use the actual humans.
It's like the adipose babies in Doctor Who. Ooh.
I'm actually surprised that Bill Murray's character never, as horny as he was, he never, even though she was possessed, slept with Sigourney Weaver when she was possessed because she was so horny. He should have just said, "I am Vince," and he could have gotten laid. But
poor Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think we're done.
Poor Bill Murray.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me this week.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's been a treasure. I treasure these moments very much weekly. As always, thank you so much for listening to the show. I am your host, Charles Joseph Kelly.
And I'm Michael C. Macbeth.
I am Vince Clortho, Master of Gozer, Lord of the Saboulier,
And
also known as Joel Adam Javis.
And have yourselves a wonderful week.
Bye.
Write emails.
Yeah. Like us on Instagram and Facebook.
And shit.